video, we're going to go over how to game master while using Drawbridge. The first thing you're going to want to do is click on the profile icon up in the top right and sign in. When you do this, you'll notice some buttons appear in the top right. The door represents your escape rate, the cycle represents your resets, the speech bubble is how many reviews you've gotten, and the calendar is how many rebookings. If you click on it, you'll be able to see all your other coworkers for the current shift and how many resets they've done, rebookings, review mentions, and their escape rates as well. For now, we're going to go ahead and sign in as test. Now, when a game gets put in by a game host, it's going to appear here as purple, and that means that there is a message from the host that you need to open. There are some other colors that you'll see as well. Yellow means they've requested a hint, blue means that they're nearing the end of the game, red means they've failed, and green means they've succeeded. The host is going to go ahead and send you a summary about what they've learned about the group, and that'll appear when you open up the game as well. Since I'm signed in as test, my name appears there automatically, and I just want to go ahead and press submit. If I ever want to see that summary that the host sent me again, I can go ahead and click right here, and it'll all appear. Now we're going to go ahead and skip the prologue. You'll be able to see the state change from prologue to running as I do this with the controls. You can see that the time has started to tick down. This other time over here is the ahead behind timer. So that's currently saying that they're about a minute ahead, but if I go ahead and take some time off, you can see that they are behind now. And where this circle is, you'll see it changes from red to green based on whether they're ahead or behind on time. This right here is the current objective that the group is working on. You can see a description of it here as well. It's telling me what they're working on. If I want to see all the hints listed out, I can click these 3 bars here, and if I want to complete the objective, I just click this check mark. Now there are a couple different buttons on this top toolbar. This countdown button will pull up the countdown timer if I ever need to see it. I'll be able to see again the state right here and the controls. If I want to use the controls to pause the game, you can see the state changes to paused as well. I can end the game by pressing the X or resume it by pressing pause again. The different screens are here. I can refresh them if I need to. I can turn on and off flashing lights. When there's a slash through it, that means that they're off. The devices are listed out here, and I can see all of them. Also, the events are listed out as well. You can also see the events at the top of every objective and with the current objective, just for ease of access. If I go ahead and click this, you'll see that it will pop open the clocks compartment there. Auto hint is another feature that Drawbridge offers. Right now you can see this says auto hint in 25 seconds. That means that when the group asks for a hint, I'm going to get a pop-up that will expire after 25 seconds, and when those 25 seconds are up, it'll go ahead and send the hint automatically. If I want to change this time, I can turn it off and back on again and adjust that here if I think I'll need longer or if it can go a little faster. Now you can see that it says 20 seconds. So if we go ahead and simulate a hint button press, I'll be able to see all the different hints if I click on this. This is an objective with just one hint, so it'll be the only one that appears, but I can change which hint I want to pick if I do that. And I can go ahead and send it. If I had waited the full 20 seconds, it would have just sent that hint to the group. You'll also notice that there is a timer that counts up from right here at the current objective. If I go ahead and clear out this objective, you'll see that it starts counting again. This is just counting how long they've been on this current objective, and this is super helpful for when you're switching off Game Masters. You'll see if I send a hint, it'll start counting up there as well. So that just tells us how long the group has been on this puzzle. If I want a fuller picture of the cameras, I can go ahead and click the arrow, and I'll just need this current objective. I can cycle through my objectives up at the top, and I won't ever really need that full list of hints and objectives. I can zoom in by scrolling with my mouse. Here is a custom hint if I want to send my own hint that we don't have a typed hint for. If I want to resend the last hint, I just press that button beside custom hint. These ears are for eavesdrop. These let us listen into the rooms. I can press and hold to speak into the room as I'm doing now, or I can stop listening by pressing the red button. And again, we have speakers in the first and third rooms. This button is to alert the host if I ever want to send the host a message about the group. This is great for remote game mastering if my game masters and my hosts aren't in the same area. Here we have a game issue button. You'll see all the issues that have been reported in the past for this room that haven't been cleared off yet by our handyman. The game issues and maintenance issues are a little bit different. A game issue would be something technology related, and a maintenance issue is something that we're going to go in with a hammer and fix. So I can go ahead and type in that issue, whatever it may be here, and click submit, and it'll show up there when I do so. If I notice a reset error, I can also type that in here and press submit. We also have some shortcuts that we put in with Drawbridge. The left and right arrows will open and close the sidebar. We also have the ability to open and close the custom hint dialog by clicking Shift up and Shift down. You can send that custom hint by pressing Alt and Enter. You can send the next hint in the list by clicking Shift and Enter. You can clear out whatever hint is on the screen by pressing Shift and Delete. You can pause the game by pressing the pause key. You can unmute eavesdrop by pressing and holding the tilde key. And you can always see this full list of shortcuts from the help page. When you have camera detections in your venue, you'll be able to see that they're running if they look like this. So you'll know which objectives have those detections. And once they're done, they'll pop up these thumbs and you can tell us if the detection worked as you expected it to or not. So once a game ends, we're going to want to make sure that we press submit on it. It'll tell you how long the game took and whether they succeeded or not. You can see it automatically puts the host and game master in there. When I press submit, that just ensures that the post-game survey will appear for our hosts here in the sidebar menu. Once the game is over, we're going to need somebody to reset it, so I can press this reset button here. If I'm not the one to reset it, I can go ahead and select one of my coworkers, whoever's in there resetting the room. You'll see that we can also time our resets through Drawbridge, so when the game is in this ended state, if the game host or whoever's resetting the room goes in, clicks the hint button, a timer will appear, a little animation. It'll be green when it's going and then red when it's paused, and that'll just time whoever's resetting the room. So if you ever see that little clock symbol, that's what that means. So we'll go ahead and reset this room, and we're all good to go for our next Scooby-Doo.